They're putting out pictures and videos now trying to tell us that these other people are the original. Look at this. Y'all want to see a receipt and you want to see an after effect of FBA standing on patriotism? Look at this, fam. This is what they're putting out now. They never put this out before, but I guarantee you they are now. Look how afraid we've got these individuals.
Yes, they absolutely have done it before, brother, and I'll show you, but let's get on with the video real quick. I think this is going to be on my backup channel on TikTok, but never mind, unless we're going to throw it on YouTube, too. We're going to try to anyway. With what's going on, y'all, you know who this is. You're Moron with the Conscious, a.k.a. Conscious Moron. Appreciate the pull-up, subscribe, and share. You know, tap the button if you're a human. And please let me know what your thoughts are, all right? We're going to begin into this FBA. I done fell down another rabbit hole, but these rabbit holes kind of align up with the political rabbit hole I be in with MAGA and the Democrats and yada yada. But this is another part, so we just gonna try and merge them all three together at the same time, so we don't have to do a lot more videos. It seems like so you're going to be seeing my ugly mug for a little bit longer. Get ready. But nevertheless, let's dive into it. This brother right here is Cool Brother Big Channel. He is a foundational Black American. And if you don't know what that is, you should look it up. And even in my kind of research outside of the internet, I would ask like random Black people if they knew what FBA, ranging from all ages. I want to say late, mid-20s to on up. But a lot of them didn't know. The majority of them didn't know what I was talking about. Like when I started explaining it, they was like, okay, I kind of heard of that a little bit, but it's not really on the mainstream. And I was just, just curious. I guess it's the one thing that is egging me is we almost are negating the resilience and the struggle that we had to go through to get where we are right here as foundational Black Americans. And even with that, y'all, I've been questioned on my Blackness. How many generations am I in? Has my family been here? And I really didn't know too much about my dad, so I called my dad's side, so I called my aunt just to get a little bit more research on it. My grandmother was born in Georgia. Her grandparents were born in Georgia. And my grandfather on my father's side was born in Alabama. His father unfortunately passed away when my grandfather was 3, and he was raised by his aunt. And that's the history I know about my father's side. Now my mother's side, her mother and father were born in Alabama, Union Springs, Alabama. It goes back generations to slavery. We own a little parcel of land where our ancestors were slaves in Union Springs, Alabama. So hopefully I am Black enough to have this conversation. And not that I think that the FBA mission is wrong. I just think that they're almost wasting their time on some of the things. Well, I really don't know what technically I really don't know what the mission is, and that's probably, I guess, why I'm so interested and curious about falling down this rabbit hole. What would be the technical mission of FBAs? I know it used to be getting reparations, and even if you go to the brother's channel, Black Alpha Network, please go and check them out, please. Even if you agree, if you don't agree with me, or if you don't, just go and check them out. Support the brother. That's what we're here for. We want brothers to get on, all brothers. That's just me. But even he was, I seen a video of him going to City Hall, some type of council meeting, talking about reparations. So I understand that part, but it's like the braids and it's weird, like the Native American thing, like us being the first natives here. That's what I'm kind of confused about, but let's take a little look. I know I've been talking a long time, and you probably don't want to just see my handsome mug. Let's get into some, some conversation what we come here for.
Now the Mayos are saying, damn, Black Americans exposed the original tether, which is the $2 Tonto. So now what we got to do, we got to start saying we're the Native Americans. So there's this whole thing on who's the real natives.
See, this is where I began lost at. Are we going to negate that the Indians were here? Like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their struggle in life, and I'm not trying to, in history, I'm not trying to judge, and it's kind of written in the history books. But this is my thing. We just gonna say, nope, they weren't here, we were here, but we can't really show any kind of community or civilization that we held in the North Americas or even with the South Americas. I know a lot of people say the Olmec. I believe that's what you call them, the Olmec. But that was in South America. I'm talking about in the Northern American regions. There is like none that I found. Maybe you guys can point me in the right direction of where our people had a community. Was it all over America? Like that's what is so confusing. So we're just taking someone else's identity because we don't want to be African slaves.
Now what they're doing, family, they're trying to send out some of these fake pseudo people, right? Some of these fake people try to intellectualize things. But
I guess I am the fake Suto. Hello, nice to meet you. I am Conscious Moron. Pleasure.
now I ask everybody, who are the people representing America the most? We say foundational Black American. Y'all tell me anything that they have with the Mayo community. It's going to be Democrat. It's going to be Republican. It's going to be the Triple K. It's going to be the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. They ain't got American in their name.
But you're forgetting one thing. They've kind of had these for a while. I don't know if you know that they've been using these. And that picture is cool, but this is a little bit more powerful, wouldn't you say? And I just got the bottom one because I'm poor.
How much they try, and that's the main one, family. So you're going to see more of those, and you're going to see more of this G-checking, and the reckoning is upon them. And family, there's been a lot of things that have been coming about that FBA's been creating simply by standing on patriotism, fam. We weren't supposed to do that. Y'all hearing now that they're changing who can speak what languages and what places? Oh, that's all because of FBA.
Who is changing our freedom of speech? Like, that's weird. Why would somebody tell us what we can say and where we could say it? Don't you? That's not harmful to the First Amendment in your estimation? Just curious.
Keep us away from who we are, and now you're finding out that you can't hide the truth no matter how much you try. And a lot of things have been getting exposed no matter how much they try, and that's the main one, family. So you're going to see more of those, and you're going to see more of this G-checking, and the reckoning is upon them. And family, there's been a lot of things that have been coming about that FBA's been creating simply by standing on patriotism, fam. We weren't supposed to do that. Y'all hearing now that they're changing who can speak what languages and what places? Oh, that's all because of FBA.
That's kind of cool. He said patriotism, but let me give you the definition of patriotism: the quality of being patriotic, devotion to and vigorous support for one's country. Patriotism is the feeling of love, devotion, and a sense of attachment to one's own country or state. This attachment can be a combination of different feelings for things such as the language of one's homeland, its ethnicity, culture, political, and historical aspects. So how patriotic is FBA, truthfully? And I'm just curious, is voting a part of being a patriot? Because I noticed on a lot, this I can only speak for TikTok forums or TikTok pages that I've been on. Like, a lot of FBAs don't really care about voting. They don't think it's effective, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Wholeheartedly disagree. Let me get some real introspect on that seriously, yo. If I could, for real.
Getting mad and upset because this generation, I mean, this lineage, this heritage, we are claiming our true ancestral power. And our ancestral power is something the world wasn't ready for.
When you say our ancestral power, do you mean this? And not trying to be facetious, I'm just curious, where did this ancestral power originate from? Was it here in America, or was it some other foreign land?
I want everybody to think about this, right? They always want to make us Africanized because when we're Africanized, we don't get the resources that belonging to us. We don't get the historical facts that we created. That's the difference between then and now. Now, once we start saying who the hell we were, everybody's in disarray.
I won't lie, I am a little lost on where you're trying to go with this. Like, in a sense, like, where is this movement excuse me, where is this movement taking us? Is it taking us away from our ancestral planes? And then, like, don't we have to prove our lineage? Like, Africans wouldn't be able to prove it. Like, we literally would have those slave records in order to get reparations, right? So if we're saying we're the original people here, how do we get paid for reparations? I'm just curious, because it's usually for African descendants of slaves. Wouldn't that negate the indigenous people who were here? That's why I'm be like, I'm a little confused with this. Like, wouldn't that be taking us out that game, right? Oh, well, you here? You don't get nothing.
Y'all see this right here? Y'all look at y'all screen. Look at this right here, family. Uh-huh. Native Americans. And who do they have there, family? They got a bunch of old Mayo men. Why are they doing that now? I'm going to tell you why they're doing that now. They're doing that now, family, because they're trying to counteract the fact that foundational Black Americans have taken this whole who's the native thing, and then we done flipped it upside down on his head. So you already got the $2 Tonto, and he been running around here saying he's a native. What did we do to him? We took his identity theft and snatched it away from him. So now the Mayos are saying, damn, Black Americans.
I need a dollar is all I need. Like, this is way more powerful than that little propaganda poster, right? Wouldn't you agree that this is way more powerful than that?
This and we're pulling out paperwork and we're calling things out and nothing's adding up in their favor, fam. This is a wrap. It's stone cold. They know that our ancestral presence right here is not to be denied. So if you add up all of the things statistically that's moving foundational Black Americans, let me give y'all the two things, okay? First off, it's us currently right here, right now, our citizenship to America, it's coveted. It's also the
Wait, I thought all persons born or naturalized in this country, citizenship was coveted, right? They haven't changed the law, y'all. They haven't changed the 14th Amendment. They haven't changed it.
fact that people don't like the exceptional nature in which we resist supremacy and we push back on supremacy.
I don't know, bro. It seemed like you almost aligned with it now. Like maybe 10, 15 years ago, I could agree with that, but I don't know. This FBA movement, just in my opinion, and that's why I'm trying to get some clarity, doesn't feel right to me. Something.
And then they don't like the indigenous native status. Not in a particular order, but you're going to see those three things are going to be the trigger points that make everybody afraid. Foundational Black Americans being the natives to America, that means we're the most American. And if we're the most American, then that means everybody else in the social pecking order has to come after us.
See, that's what I be meaning. Like the most American. If you're born in America, you're an American. Like nobody born in New York is more American than somebody born in L.A. or Montana. If you're born in our continental or the jurisdiction of the United States, you're an American, buddy. That's why I'm like it. Those talking points that y'all, some of the talking points that y'all be saying, almost be aligned with that supremacy you was just referring to. It almost sounds like you're trying to take on that mantle just a wee bit. And that's what is so confusing about the FBA argument that y'all are specifically presenting at this point. Maybe it'll change, maybe it won't, but I'm just saying right now, like it seems like y'all taking on those talking points. And we really don't have anything tangible to show for it. Could you show me something, please? And I'm still trying to figure out the freedom of speech being taken away from people. How is that benefiting us?
And they don't like that fact because the system of supremacy is conflicting with that. See, everybody right now is in this conflicting status of what the dominant society and the system of supremacy, a system in which 99% of non-FBAs adore people here.
Yo, I want to thank y'all for peeping. Hopefully, you are still here in the building. Maybe not. This is kind of a long video. And I want to thank Black Alpha Network for the content. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you just trying to get a different perspective. I know people think I be trolling, but I don't. You know, it's just I I like history, so I like questioning people on history. There's no biggie. If I learn something I didn't know, or if I can correct my something with something I didn't know, I'm more than willing and able to, and I assume that a brother such as you would be also the same. So maybe you'll see this video, maybe you won't. Maybe you answer me back, maybe you won't. But like I said, I'm just curious about some of the things that y'all been saying. It just seems like y'all taking on those talking points that people treated my ancestors bad with. Maybe that's why I got like a fun, like, nah, this ain't right. Cause I wouldn't want, yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. Oh, and before I end it, I forgot that I always have to say, please like, subscribe, and share. Hopefully you've tapped the like button. And as in always, this is your moron with the conscience, aka Conscious Moron. And without you, there would be no moron.